everyone. Mark and Joey back here on a Thursday morning. Continuation to our NBA show. And this one's a little bit more interesting. It's not the story was interesting. The economics of a playoff run like the Raptors have had and what it means to Toronto. And in fact, why, behind the scenes and in closed doors, Mayor John Tory is hoping for a loss. And people are going to go, are you out of your mind? Well, you have to have seen this city. This run in the playoffs has brought millions and millions and millions of dollars into this city and what it means to our economic situation, our tourism situation. They had a restaurant owner. This one kind of clued it into me. A restaurant owner, a bar, I guess, downtown more than anything, a bar restaurant, talking about each of the games they played in Toronto, these playoff series. And he says, it's going to be insane here and all this kind of stuff. And then it's going to just drop off like a stone right after the series is over. So it was kind of interesting to listen to him. And it really got to me. I'm thinking, wait a minute. This guy is praying for Game 7. Absolutely praying for Game 7 because he'll make more money on the Game 7 day. Like he said, they've had lineups, hundreds and hundreds of people out their door trying to get in. They're completely jammed to the thing. And actually, you have to pre-purchase $100 of what you're going to buy when you're in there. That's the price tag to get in for dinner and drinks and everything else. So does this guy want Game 7? Goddamn right he does, because if they win tonight, there's a whole night he's playing so much profit.
Game 7 in Toronto, you want to talk about insanity. Game 7 in Toronto would be nuts.
Yeah.
All over Canada, and you're talking about Toronto and the restaurants, definitely.
And Jurassic Park, the amount of people that have come to Toronto because of Jurassic Park to be part of that.
It's a new thing.
It's insane.
It's a landmark now,
it's a tourist attraction now. It's amazing to see this happen. So I was sitting there watching this bar owner talk, and I think, wait, there's like 30 other bars downtown saying the same thing. Like, oh my God, I hope they come back from Game 7. Because
imagine if the Leafs made a run.
Yeah, no kidding. So I know that we all wish the best for our sports teams, but on the other hand, we're businessmen. We make our living off ongoing revenue, and big nights like that can make your whole year. And I just sit there thinking, wow, this guy's cheering against him tonight.
If they could promise me they'll win Game 7, feel free to lose tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care. I'd rather see it in Game 7 too, because it'll be at home, and I think it'll be a way cooler scene.
Yeah.
But obviously we take the win whenever. But you're right. He is hoping for Game 7. Yeah. Why wouldn't you? And
a year's profit in this series alone.
It would be crazy Game 7. You're right. Year's profit in this series alone. The cool thing is they'll go on runs probably for a while now, especially to keep Kawhi. But even with Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam, you think your Raps will be good for a while. But you're right, there's nothing like your first run at it, your first chance to win it all. And that's what we're seeing here. We talked about, I mentioned the Leafs. Imagine when the hockey team makes a run like this, going for their first Stanley Cup since 96. That would be insane too. That's what sports teams do. They're actually such an economical value. And like you said, we created Jurassic Park. We do it for now pretty much every big sport event. It is something else, and his creative tour strategy is awesome. And now, actually, one thing he's probably not thinking is the long-lasting effect of the Raptors being this good and this famous for this playoff run is that tourism.
Yeah.
Like you said it. The long-lasting effect of tourism will continue for a while because of this.
People have seen everything from Toronto. People have raved about it. The players have raved about it.
But even Americans have come, and sportscasters, and they've listed off tons of bars. And
we're in the conversation on sports shows in the morning, which has never happened in Canada, for that matter.
Exactly. So I think the long-lasting effect, especially this summer specifically, because once this is over, it is summertime here in Canada. I think you'll get a big tourism attraction.
I'm going to give you one more thing. Raptors should lose the series. Now, you're going to say, are you kidding me? Well, just imagine. Once you've done it, the bloom is off the rose, man. Like, you've done it. It's like right now the Warriors. If it wasn't for the fact that we were leading 3-1, their fans would have been out to go to the stadium, whatever. No big deal. But because they've been down 3-1, all of a sudden the fans are out. If you keep winning, you're not the same ticket in your city when you're winning on a regular basis. I think it would be great for the city to lose this series because you know what? You make another run for a first championship next year, it looks just like this one. I can guarantee you right now, and I'm going to say it so you could hold me to it. If we win this championship, there won't be half the fans out next year when we go to the final again. I will tell you that right now. There will not be 37 Jurassic Parks across Canada. It won't happen. Once you've done it, it becomes more blasé. I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen. I'm telling you right now, John Tory and every bar owner in Toronto is hoping for a loss of this series because that'll make next year just as dramatic because of the fact we still haven't won our first one.
No. I think there'd be something for going back to back. I think that would be something.
But it's not the same.
I think if you signed Kawhi, first of all, had the same team, it could go back to back. if you want to take a break, like say the next one's 3 years from now, I'd agree with you. But back-to-back's a different thing too. I think that the hotness of the city and the team and the fire of winning the first one would continue into the next year for the back-to-back. Like I said, the chance to do that. But you're right. Game 7, I agree with you, because it'd be Golden State coming back from 3-1 or us winning. I think, though, you want to win. I think you want to win because I think that keeps Kawhi, first of all. I think if you lose, he has easier ways of outs because he's going, well, we couldn't even get it done with a banged-up Warriors team, and we had everyone healthy on our team. I think that makes him leave. I think if you win, he stays, which also helps the city going forward. I think you want to win. I think you want a chance for next year. If you're talking about next year, the chance to go back-to-back, and if you play Golden State again, the rivalry of Golden State and Kevin Durant would be back. So you have all these cool storylines. Like, let's say Golden State re-signs Kevin Durant. He comes back. You play them again next year in the finals. You're going for back-to-back. You get the full Golden State team. You have all these stories. I think if you lose, though, first of all, I think you lose Kawhi. I think you lose the hope and the faith because you can't beat a beat-up Warriors team right now. I think you need to win. Winning's huge. I think you get the same people as you do this year, and you just need to get it. You need the city to feel it. But I do agree, Game 7, I do agree with you on that one because the storylines of Golden State being the second team only to the LeBron's the only other one to do it, so it'd be kind of fitting that Steph Curry might be the next one to possibly come back from 3-1 or us winning would be huge for the city. But I think you want to win, and guess what? The hockey team's going to keep making runs. The basketball team's going to keep making runs. I think you're always going to be okay. I think at the end of the day, it's so hard to get tickets to Toronto games because of corporate businesses that this will always survive. I think the one thing you're forgetting is, first of all, Golden State doesn't have this. There's not even sold out for next year yet, right? And they're winning. And they're also the only thing in their little city. They're not. Next year they're going to San Francisco. Well, then you got the 49ers.
Yeah.
Then you got San Jose hockey team's pretty close to that. Right now they're kind of isolated. It's a little different. I think Toronto, because it's so hard to get tickets in the first place, we're sold out for 4 years in hockey and basketball. Actually, in hockey it's probably like 20 years. But in basketball, we're sold out. I think that's what's always going to keep Jurassic Park and those things going is because you simply can't get into games
Well,
right
they
now.
won't cancel it. This won't be the people. And you're not old enough to remember this, but 92, 93.
No one's old enough to remember it because we don't win.
No, just a second.
We need to
92,
win.
93, we went back-to-back World Series.
So
The first World Series was insane in this city. Like, it was insane because we'd never won a World Series. Canada had never even been to the World Series before, just like St. Louis was in hockey. It was craziness. But after we won the next year, when we went back-to-back, wasn't near, I mean, it was exciting, but not near the excitement. But just because we had already won. Until Joe Carter hit the big home run to win it, which turned the city
to go back
on
to
his
back.
ear. No, but up to that, it had not been. It was way more blasé. We expected them to win. In fact, it was a loss if they didn't win the World Series again because of the team we had. So there was this expectation all season long. I can tell you right now, we win now next year. Not even close to the same excitement, and it won't be near the fandom as it is today. I know you are because you're talking from a fan perspective. I'm talking as a business owner today, talking about what it means to business owners to have this kind of thing happen. I think that the business guys are all hoping for a Game 7, and they're all hoping for a loss because then next year is just as crazy. Anyway, we're going to leave it at that.
Okay, but what happens if you lose
Kawhi?
Kawhi? Is it worth it that
They're not going to lose Kawhi because he'll feel bad that he didn't get it done. He's already making it look like he's here. I see no issue that Kawhi's leaving ever. The guy was in front of the media today. This is the guy who talked to media with his head down when he first came here, and now his head's up, and he's talking loud, and he's talking about the team and how they're going to win. This guy's not going anywhere, so don't worry about it. And quite honestly, like I say, I'm just talking from a business perspective. Anyway, it's been great for Toronto, been fantastic for the city, and tourism and businesses and all that. Shows you what it is great, because sometimes we get a little sense about how much money these guys make, how much the owners make by owning the team, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, we've got great final 2 games coming up, or 1 game coming up. We'll look forward to that, and we will be cheering for the Raptors from a fan perspective. And you guys, hope your team wins only if you're the Raptor fan.